Leonardo da Vinci, the polymath who painted reality and dreamed of flying machines. In the heart of the Renaissance, when Europe was awakening to art, science, and new ideas, there lived a man whose genius seemed to stretch across every field of human knowledge. His name was Leonardo da Vinci, a painter, scientist, engineer, and dreamer, a man often called the universal genius, the curious boy, born in 1452, in the small village of Vinci, Italy. Young Leonardo was endlessly curious about the world around him. As a child, he filled notebooks with sketches of plants, animals, and flowing rivers. He observed everything with wonder, from the patterns of bird wings to the movement of water. To Leonardo, nature was the greatest teacher. Apprenticeship in Florence. At the age of 14, Leonardo moved to Florence, one of the great centers of art and culture. There, he became an apprentice in the workshop of Andrea del Verrocchio, a respected artist. It was here that Leonardo learned painting, sculpture, and engineering. One story says that Verrocchio was so astonished by Leonardo's skill in painting an angel in one of his works, he put down his brush and vowed never to paint again. Leonardo's talent was undeniable. The artist of mystery. As an artist, Leonardo created works that still captivate the world. His Last Supper, painted on the wall of a Milan monastery, depicts the moment Jesus reveals one of his disciples will betray him. The painting captures raw human emotion, shock, doubt, fear, all frozen in a single instant. His most famous work, the Mona Lisa, remains a masterpiece of mystery. Her faint smile, her lifelike gaze, her soft shadows, all painted with a technique Leonardo perfected, called sfumato. Even today, millions stand before her in the Louvre, asking, who was she? What does that smile mean? For Leonardo, painting was not just about beauty, it was about capturing the soul of humanity, the scientist and inventor. But Leonardo was more than an artist. He saw no boundary between art and science. He once wrote, "Study without any aim is like wandering through a maze." He knew that understanding how things worked made his art more real. To him, the painter had to understand anatomy, light, and geometry. He dissected human bodies in secret, drawing muscles, bones, and organs with extraordinary detail, centuries ahead of modern medical illustrations. He also studied birds, trying to understand their flight, and from that, he sketched flying machines. He built mechanical devices that moved. He designed war machines like armored tanks and giant crossbows. Some of these were built, like his famous robot knight that walked and drew a sword. Others weren't, like his parachute design, which came centuries before anyone else's. Leonardo's notebooks tell the story of a mind that never stopped asking why and what if. He invented armored vehicles, weapons, robots, musical instruments. He even designed a modern crane over 400 years ago. These weren't just inventions, they were proof that imagination could shape reality. The thinker of the Renaissance. Leonardo worked for powerful patrons, including the Duke of Milan and King Francis I of France. He designed fortresses, canals, and stage sets. Yet often, Leonardo left works unfinished, moving on to new ideas before old ones were complete. This frustrated some of his patrons, who wanted finished works for their walls and machines they could use. But it was simply the nature of his genius. Leonardo's mind was a river, always flowing, always searching. Later years and death. In his final years, Leonardo lived in France under the patronage of King Francis I, who admired him deeply. The king is said to have called Leonardo a man who never lived before, and who will never live again. On May 2, 1519, Leonardo died at the age of 67. He was buried in a church near Paris. The man who painted reality and dreamed of flying machines. Leonardo da Vinci wasn't just an artist or a scientist. He was a man who dared to dream. He dreamed of a flying machine that could soar like a bird, of weapons that wouldn't hurt people, of cities that were beautiful and useful. He dreamed of understanding the world around him. He didn't just want to know how things worked. He wanted to make them better, to help people, to make life easier, more beautiful. He was a man who lived 500 years ago, but his dreams are our dreams, too. He reminds us that if we dare to dream, if we work hard, if we never stop asking questions, we can change the world. Conclusion. Over 500 years have passed since Leonardo da Vinci graced this earth, yet his spirit continues to soar high, like a kite dancing in the wind. He was a true Renaissance man, a master of many trades, a polymath whose brain was a universe of its own. His insatiable curiosity led him to explore diverse fields, from painting and sculpting to engineering and science. He wasn't content with merely existing. Leonardo da Vinci was a doer, an innovator, a dreamer. He gave life to inventions and artworks that left the world awestruck. He painted the Mona Lisa, whose enigmatic smile still baffles and intrigues. He dissected human bodies to understand their inner workings, laying the groundwork for modern anatomy. He designed machines that would change the course of history, like tanks and helicopters that only took flight centuries later. Yet Leonardo wasn't just a genius. He was a thinker, a philosopher, a keen observer of human nature. He realized that every great creation stemmed from a profound understanding of the world. He believed that studying nature's intricacies would unlock the secrets to innovation. Thus began Leonardo's journey into the intricate world of nature. He observed birds soaring through the sky, their wings cutting through the air with precision. He marveled at the flow of water, the growth of plants, and the structure of the human body. He dissected cadavers, studying their muscles, bones, and organs. He collected specimens, dissecting frogs and birds to understand their anatomy. He documented his findings in detailed journals, filled with sketches and notes. But Leonardo's curiosity didn't stop at the natural world. He was fascinated by the human condition, by emotions, by the way people interacted, by the stories that shaped their lives. He studied their gestures, their expressions, and the stories etched on their faces. He wanted to capture their essence in his paintings, to freeze moments in time and reveal the depths of their souls. Through his art and inventions, Leonardo da Vinci left an indelible mark on the world. He bridged the gap between art and science, between imagination and reality. He showed us that the boundaries of human ingenuity were limitless. Today, we celebrate Leonardo, not just for his incredible creations, but for his insatiable curiosity, his reverence for nature, and his dedication to understanding the world around him. He was a true polymath, a Renaissance man who embodied the spirit of exploration and discovery. Leonardo's legacy lives on in every great invention, every groundbreaking artwork, and every curious mind that dares to ask why and dreams of what could be. He was a man who saw the world through eyes of wonder, and he taught us that if we follow our curiosity, we can unlock the secrets of the universe and create wonders that will outlive us. If you liked the video, please don't forget to share. See you in the next video and let imagination create. Until then, stay tuned and keep learning. Please like my channel and subscribe Studio Einstein. Thank you for watching.